Was there anything in that truck or anything that, I'm sure you went through it, and anything you could use or anything from there? And then, so this was Wednesday then when that happened?
Yeah, Wednesday.
And so it's close to 5 when you took your, right before you said. So then Wednesday afternoon at like 5, you're driving, you're heading northbound. Where do you make it to? Where's your exact next stop? Was that, you picked up the girl or was that later?
That was in Tennessee. That was yesterday.
Okay. So where did you go from Georgia when you got in the car?
No, where'd you go in the truck for the tire store? Yeah. From Florida to Georgia where you got in the white car. You're in a Dodge pickup truck.
I mean, I slept in it. I know I slept in it. I drove it till it ran out of gas. Still got all the way to Macon.
Macon?
Macon, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from Vero Beach,
Like by Sebastian or something?
Yeah, that's quarter tank. I mean, tank of gas. Where how far I got.
And then that's where you come across the 77-year-old guy.
Right.
How'd you eat? Was there anything in that truck?
Walmart.
You went there and you didn't have any money. How'd you get?
I walked in. It was mainly baloney, not baloney, but ham.
Just put it in your pocket and walk back out?
No, I dropped it down my shirt.
Okay.
You just get packages of it or something, or?
That's all you got.
I have a T-shirt on, and I have a string tied around my T-shirt. Then I have another shirt on top of it, or it just looks like I just got one shirt on, and then I just drop it down my neck, and then it settles right here.
Okay.
What'd you drink?
Water, but I was getting my water from gas stations, or
Oh, it was like at the fountain?
or when I use the restroom, I go and drink out of the sink.
Oh, okay.
So is that the only thing you took from the Walmarts was like bologna?
But yeah, it's just a
Just
survive on.
the necessities to go. And then, did you take anything else from the 77-year-old guy when you took his car? Did you take any groceries or anything?
I didn't get a lot of groceries. He didn't have very many, just like some milk and oatmeal and Splenda or something.
You said you went to Walmart in Florence, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you go there?
To get some clean clothes.
Your clothes dirty?
Yeah.
Did you have blood on you from that lady? Where?
Well, I think the blood that got on me was from my hands, from being
On your clothes?
On my pants.
You had blood on your pants? Where did those pants end up? What'd you do with them?
They're in the
Well, you kept all that in there? So, when she comes at you and she gets stabbed, how much blood was on you? Did you have a lot of blood
I
on
didn't
you?
have none of her blood on me.
Oh, you didn't have any?
And in fact, I didn't even see any of her blood.
Well, how'd you know that it stabbed her, for sure?
Because she jumped right into it, and I could feel the puncher, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I felt it give. And then I seen this look in her eye, like, you know.
Where did it go? Where, like in her chest or belly or where?
Her belly.
Did she just sit back down, or what did she do?
Yeah, she sat back down, and she got this wild look in her eye, and then she released her purse.
Did you see anybody running to her or anything happen after that?
Yeah, well, when I was going to the truck, the guy that was far behind me went pulled in real fast to aid her, or give her aid.
And then you left from there and came on up to the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Are we missing anything along the way that happened? So this all started, did you have warrants when you got in trouble in April, when you shot the guy in April? Was you in any trouble, or was everything free and clear?
I got a prison. I was out 10 months I was going to college, and I was going to college at night and I was working at day. And,
Where was you going to college at down there?
well, I mean, I was born in Florence, and I was working in, I almost said the name of it, Hebron. And then, but I got laid off, so,
What was you doing in Hebron?
putting stickers on dog food bags, working for DHM packaging.
Okay.
And we got laid off, so it was at the end of my semester, so I figured I'd go. My sister got me a job working for a boyfriend down there in Florida. So I thought, well, I'll go down there and work and
Doing what?
And take another college course down there because I had a grant. Automotive electrician. He had a garage, and he's let me do all the electrical work.
So what happened? So you were working. So the guy you got in a fight with,
He was the one that shot.
that was your boss?
Yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't the one that shot him because he had laid me off.
Oh, I got ya. So what about, was that your sister's boyfriend?
Yeah, well, it was one of her boyfriends. She's a whore. I mean, she might as well be. This is what made the guy mad. This is God's truth. This is how it all went down. She was messing with 3 different guys, and I had a motel room. So what she would do, anytime she wanted to get away from Jim, she'd pick a fight with him, and she'd say, "Well, I'm just going to go down to the motel and stay with my brother." And that's how it was going the whole time I was down there. Well, then he gets mad at me, saying that, you know, we didn't have this problem until you came down here. You know what I'm saying? What the hell have I got to do with it?
Did she really come and stay with you, or did she?
Yeah, but she would come down there. She would come down there, but she would have her boyfriend come over. And they go out and sit in the truck and do whatever they do.
So this is all in Florida. She lives in Florida.
Right.
And
And
how long was you down there?
I only down there 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
What motel or what hotel was you staying at down
I had
there?
the Sand Drift and Sebastian.
And you stayed there the whole time when you was down there?
Yeah.
So what led up, where did the shooting take place?
I told Jim, I said, look, I said, the best thing you can do is just go down into that motel room and try to work it out with it. I said, because he was living in an RV. And I said, how I would do it, I said, just let me stay at the RV for a few days. You go down to the motel room and try to work things out. And I'm trying to work with the guy.
Right.
And so we do that. And it only lasts like 2 days. And he comes down there and he says, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. So I pack all my stuff and I take it back down to the motel room. And he moves back in the RV. Well, I forgot.
Was his RV at the place where he
Yeah,
worked?
it's right behind his business.
What was his business called?
Jim's Automotive. And so I went down there on a Saturday, April 16th on a Saturday, to get my shoes because I left my shoes down there. And so we went back there to his RV to get them, and he was just steadily talking crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? And so before we went to...
Had he ever acted like that before with you?
No, he was a strong guy with my sister. I mean, I seen Love do some weird stuff to people, but it really messed him up. And so, but I couldn't understand in a way how he felt. I mean, so, but he got in my face and he was real irate. He was yelling as slaughter was coming out of his mouth, so I just went and pushed him back and turned around and go into the RV. Well, I got my shoes, and he's still talking crazy. When we walked back out front, he don't say nothing in front of my sister. And so I put the shoes...
Was your sister there?
Well, she's out in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, man, I says, I left the ring in there on the sink. So I went back in there to get this ring off the sink, and when I stepped out of the bathroom, he threw down on me with a .38.
Kind of just a little...
That little old woman's gun. And he says, I want to blow your damn head off. He says, everything was fine since you moved, before you moved down here. He says, you come down here and my whole life was fucked up. Accusing me. And so, he says, sit your ass down on the bed. So I sit down on the bed and I think, man, this dude's really going to shoot me, you know what I'm saying? And I said, look, man, I said, you don't want to be shooting that gun off in this RV with them kids out there playing. He says, they're not out there. I said, you don't hear the kids out there? And he turned his head to see if he could hear, and that's when I bull rushed. And I grabbed hold of the gun, was resting. I finally yanked it out of his hands, and I shot it.
Where'd you shoot him?
In the chest. 3 times. And,
Why 3 times?
I don't know, I
Just anger and...
yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't stop fucking pulling the trigger.
Was he still standing when you shot him, or did you get him
Twice.
to the
Well,
ground?
what it was, I shot him twice, and then every time I shot him, he took a step back. And then when he fell, and this is, well, I don't understand why I did it. And I never did keep it from the cops. But I got it when he went down, I shot him when he was down. And I don't know why I did that.
Was he saying anything, or was he just out of it?
Now he was alive. I mean,
But he wasn't talking or nothing. What was you saying? Because I bet there was a
well,
lot.
after that first shot, I heard a gurgling in his lungs. And I stayed for a minute. I just shook my head because I couldn't breathe. She just went down. So I take the gun, and I'm holding on to this gun. And I'm tripping out because I'm thinking, what did I just do? So I laid the gun down in the seat, and by then his chest wasn't moving at all. There's no sounds and nothing. So I go and I grabbed his wrist and said I could feel a pulse. I couldn't, and I never was good at that anyway.
Right.
So I got down and to his nose, and I couldn't hear no air. And his chest wasn't moving, his stomach wasn't moving, so I figured he was dead. So I walk out. My sister's still in the truck.
Did she hear it or know anything? She's in your truck.
No, she's in her truck, but she's in front of the business. This all happens in back of the business.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, damn, I don't want to get her involved. So I go out and I tell her, just go on down to the motel. I'll be down there at 12. She says, watch them shots. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll talk to you later. I just didn't want
Did you have blood on you or anything?
No. I didn't want to go out there and get in the truck, have her take me to the motel room, and then tell her that I just killed this guy, and then make her accessory to all.
Right.
So I just did it to protect her.
So did she leave?
And she left.
What'd you do?
I took his car and went to the motel room, and that's when I explained to her what happened. And then I grabbed my clothes, threw them in the car.
Did you do anything with him or call anybody or anything?
No, I mean, he was dead. I told her that he's dead. I said he's dead. And
Did you just leave the gun there, or did you take it
no,
with
I took the gun. And then we'll see. At first, the detectives was trying to make it like it was a robbery, and because I had his credit card and his check. But what happened was, he had his 380. I knew he had a 380, and I knew he had another gun. I knew he carried a clip, extra clip in his pocket. He had like, one clip had like hollow points, and the other clip was just regular.
So he always carried this gun?
He's a felon. He's a felon too.
But you knew this when you was working with him?
Yeah. I had no problem with that. I wasn't having no guns.
Right.
When I reached in his pocket and I pulled out his driver's license, the little thing had his driver's license and credit card, and it had blood on it, so I threw it up in the seat. And then what I did is I went and got one of his shirts and put it on the sheet and tied the gun up in it. Well, when I did, the blood on the wallet thing stuck to the bottom of the shirt. I didn't even know I walked out there with his credit card
and his ID
until I'm 100, 200 miles down the road. And then I see it, and I just take it and I flip it up on the dash.
Why'd you throw the sheet or throw the gun in the sheet? Why?
Because my initial plan was I was going to take the gun and throw it in the Indian River. That was my initial plan. And when I seen that ID and it stuff there, and I knew what was in it. And I told her, I said, look, if I would rob him, I would have used his credit card, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd have wrote him checks. I had his ID.
Why did you take the stuff out of his pocket?
His checkbook, well, I didn't want to put it back in there. I was looking for the extra clip to the gun.
Oh.
And
why did you need
I
the
had
extra
two
clip?
thoughts. I had two thoughts: selling the gun and getting a little money, or throwing it in the river. And
why did you need the extra clip for either of those?
I don't know, it was
Just something you thought?
It was something I thought. I knew he had an extra clip, and that gun only had like 4 shots because I shot it 4 times, and it's empty.
So you shot it 4 times.
Yeah,
So,
but I only shot him 3. Because when we started, it went off.
Oh, yeah. Then you didn't get hit or anything?
No, nobody got hit then.
When you got when you got those shoes and came back out, did you tell your sister you got in an argument with him, or he's acting goofy or anything? Or you just like, oh, I forgot the ring went back in?
Well, she sensed it. She sensed it.
You didn't tell her?
No, when I went back in.
No, you didn't tell her that you got in an argument with him.
No, well, when he went out there with me.
Oh, when he carried his shoes out.
Yeah, when I came and shoot it, he was right behind me. And because he was still talking shit until we got out there where she could hear it, and he wouldn't say anything.
What did she say? You said she asked you, what was those shots when you went up to
Oh,
her?
yeah. She says, what was those shots? And I said, I was emotional. I said, go on, I'll talk to you later. And she left.
She didn't ask you nothing else after hearing that?
Well, she figured out something was going on.
She knew something.
She knew something was going on.
So she pretty much knew when she left, you just didn't directly tell her.
Right.
She argued with you for a little bit, I went back there and see you, or?
No, she had her kids with her.
How old's her kids?
3 and 5, I think. 3 and 5.
So then you went back in to the camper or RV after that?
Yeah, I went back in there when I got the shirt put it on and tied the gun up and all that. And, there was like 7 or 8 cars sitting around, and I just seen the keys to the bed for some reason. I mean, I didn't take the bed particularly. It was just the keys were right there too.
Right.
And
Was it they were getting worked on or something?
no, it's his bed.
No, really?
This is that. And that's when I wrecked him.
So when you were sitting on the bed, was the bed like at the end of the place?
Yeah, it's like it's just a small RV.
How far away from you, or how far was he from you?
About right here. And
So
maybe-
you're sitting
maybe-
down and he's standing
Yeah,
up there?
maybe even closer. I was here and he was like right there.
How big's this guy?
He's littler than me. I mean, I could whoop him. I mean, it wouldn't.
Without the gun, you just whipped his ass?
Yeah, I could.
So he's standing there with the gun, and then when you said the thing about the kids, that's when he kind of looks
Yeah,
away?
he kind of like cranes his neck to, see if he hears him. Because he knows the kids are really out.
Right.
And I just took the opportunity, and I rushed him. And we struggled over
And you just fall in the hallway thing like a...
And I just yanked it away from him. After it went off, I yanked it from him and I shot him.
Was he standing when you shot him, or was he...
Yeah, he was standing.
Did he back away, or...
Every time I shot him, he took a step back. And then so when the
So
detectives...
you shot him 2 times standing?
Then when the detectives realized they couldn't... They were really stupid kind of use that as a motive when I didn't even use any of his money or anything. And me calling people trying to get money wired to me at Walmart.
No, you didn't. So you had the stuff with you and you didn't even really realize or didn't use it.
No, I knew it was his credit card.
Right.
And I knew his checkbook was right there. And I knew his...
You did not use them because you knew they'd be able to trace it?
I wasn't trying to get back off into to that lifestyle. I mean, I was 10 months, the whole time I was out of prison, I was doing everything the right way.
Did you ever think about calling them and saying, hey,
this is what happened?
And
Well, see, now what I was thinking was, ex-convict with a gun. That's fine.
Yeah, you could have told him you didn't bring the gun.
That's 30 years.
Well, when you said, what drove you to shoot him that last time when he was on the ground?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I really don't know. I knew that when the gun went off, I shouldn't have done it.
The first time?
No, I mean, the first 2 times when I shot him, I felt like I was defending myself.
Like, how fast was it when you shot? Like, boom, and then he takes a step back, and then boom?
It was like, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I mean, it wasn't like steps back. It was like he was just going back.
so was he trying to get up and you shot him a 3rd time, or just emotional?
No, he was down. He was down. He was looking up, and I don't know.
I mean, was he moving or was he motionless when you shot him a 3rd time?
He was still alive.
I understand that, but was he moving?
Was he moving around?
Like
Like
moving his
laying
hand
there?
and his arms, trying to sit up,
No,
trying to talk?
no, that's why I'm saying that. I don't know why I shot him that
Okay.
time. And I didn't have to reveal that.
Was it all in his stomach or chest? Or where'd you...
All 3 shots was in his chest. But they used my past record down there, and
Did you get convicted of this thing already, or what?
No,
You're waiting trial,
I'm
right?
waiting for trial.
Oh.
But I had 2 lawyers that, so they're using my record, and they're making a murder case into a capital offense.
So they're trying to get death penalty on you? Is that what they're trying to
They
do?
keep calling it a capital offense, and I ain't heard none of them talk about death penalty. But what they're trying to do is put me in prison for the rest of my life with a habitual criminal and this.
Right.
Which I have after the rest of my life, I have to do it, but I don't want to do it down there.
Right. So, other than after all that, when that happened back in April, you said April 16th, I think you said, evidently it's burnt in your mind forever, I'm sure. You remember the date that well. What time of day did this happen? Right at noon?
Yeah, like 12:10.
Because the business wasn't open?
He closes at noon on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
It was right after close. So then you
No,
get
he wasn't closed, because I closed up after I saw him.
So you went out after you went back after you sent your sister away.
I closed up.
You closed up the shop, which entails you doing what? I mean, just closing doors and.
Yeah, I just shut the doors and locked them.
And then what'd you do after that? I mean, how?
I got in his bed and left.
Where'd you find the keys to the vet?
No, I didn't have those laying on the table. He's laying right here. Here's the table. There's the keys. That's what I'm saying. I didn't just
Right, you didn't
take
go
the
look.
bed in particular. The keys were laying there. That's why I took it.
So you get the keys and lock the camper or anything that's there? Or?
I just shut the door. I left the camper alone because he was.
So how long did it take you after you sent your sister away? How long was you there closing up and getting the vet before you went to?
About 6 minutes.
Oh, so just real quick. And then you go back up to see your sister at the motel. And you tell her what happened. What'd she say?
She said she texted him on the phone or called him on the phone, and she didn't act like she was distraught about it or anything. But that's just her. You'd have to know her.
Was she on drugs or something, or?
She was on. Yeah, they took her kids.
Well, what kind of drugs? Was she on heroin or what?
Crack.
Crack.
She got 12 kids. 10 of them got different dads.
12?
12 kids. 10 of them got different dads. And she only had custody of 2 of them, and she don't have custody of them 9.
How old is she?
42.
That's a lot of kids.
I know. And she ain't no good.
So, what did you tell her you were going to do after you?
I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna have to leave. And so I left, and she went down there to see for herself that he wasn't like this. She called 911.
Did she tell him that you did it, or?
Well, pretty much. But she was trying to give him a whole new, different motive.
What was she saying?
She was saying I went down there and shot him because he called my daughter what do you say, a lazy drug addict or something like that. Killing somebody over saying something like that.
Right.
But I did confront him about it, but he told me that he was saying it in a joking manner to my sister, and why she took it serious, he don't know. And that's the way I left it. But,
So, by how long did it take her to go report it before you were long gone? Did you have a cell phone or anything where you were able to?
That's how they tracked me. I just got out of prison like 10 months before. I didn't know nothing about no GPS or no phones. None of that. And that's how they were tracking me.
So you had your cell phone, and did she call you and tell you what was going on, or?
No. She was trying to set my daughter up on the phone because she knows me and my daughter are pretty close, and she was thinking that she can get information from my daughter on where I was.
Right. And you probably caught on to that.
And no, she's.
So you made it all the way back up to here. Did you make
This
it?
is my second attempt to come here to see my kids, and I failed both times.
You never made it that time either?
No, I made it from a mile from her house.
And then how'd they pick you up? How'd they start chasing you?
They set up pulled up. They was all sitting in the media.
Oh, so they knew you were coming from your phone.
Yeah, because I set off a ping there at Walmart.
What's with you in Walmart?
That's what I'm
You like Walmart?
I mean, they're popular, I guess. They didn't have no super Walmarts before I got locked up. They're everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like fashion the same. Everything, you know, it's like identical.
So they pick you up and you run there, and that's where you crash and get your knee. And then how long was you on the run? This happened on the 16th. How long?
The 17th, the next day.
So you made it all the way up, and they got you the very next day.
Yeah, they tried.
And then how long did it take them to get you back down to Florida?
Well, they did surgery in Richmond on my knee. Well, they sent me to Indianapolis because my neck was broke. And
That why you can't hardly turn now?
yeah, it's that's like it hurts like hell. But they waited till I got to Florida to do neck surgery. They did my knee surgery in Indianapolis. It took them about 15 days. I waited expedition. Didn't fly or anything. I went down there. And I was down there like 2 weeks and they did surgery on my neck. And this time, they kept me in medical down
Why'd
there.
you fight extradition? You just didn't want to go back to Florida?
No, I didn't fight.
Oh, okay.
I waited it. But the 6 months I was down there, 4 of it was in medical because of my neck and my knee.
As soon as they got you all better, you got out.
Yeah. I don't want to make that trip again.
Yeah, I don't think the third time's going to be the charm on this one. What do you think when you walked up to the guy, the 77-year-old guy, and he took the vehicle you're in now? Did you have the knife then?
Yeah. Same night.
Well, and you just did the same thing. He was sitting in the car and he just walked up,
Right.
and then he starts hyperventilating. And
Yeah.
so after he got out of the car a couple times, I mean, did you guys get gas right there, or where did you get gas? You said he put gas in it in
Yeah,
a condition that he would not call.
Right next door to it.
So did he just stay in the car and you put gas in?
No, we both got out.
Did he go in and pay, or
No, I had a card. Just used
you just used it at the pump? So you both got out. So he had the chance. I'm guessing you didn't. Where did you have the knife then? You didn't have the knife out then because people around, right?
I had it laying in the seat. I'm standing at the door. I'm standing at the driver's side with the door open, and it's laying on the seat, and he's right there putting the gas in.
But he's got to walk back around to get in the.
Right. Yeah. He said.
But
He said he wouldn't try anything, and I told him I'll take it for it.
He's probably too old to.
I mean, it's less.
70.
I mean, if he yelled, he would yell.
You just had to drive away.
Right.
So was it the same knife? Was it?
Yeah.
Did you ever, because I know that when they first called me early this morning, did you ever have a gun at any point during any of this? Because I think they were looking, because you had told them about this woman wanting to find out if she was all right, and I think they were looking in Knoxville or Knox County, and they found where a robbery was done with a guy with a gun, went in and robbed a convenience store. Did you ever have a gun during this entire time?
Okay.
I can't remember the details of it.
I explained it to him.
Did you?
The description fit him perfect to a T.
And that's not you? You're not the one who did that one?
Believe me, I don't know to quick if I thought it would take proceedings over Florida.
You just don't want to go back to Florida.
And Tennessee's probably one thing. Well, he's facing life in Florida. We'll just drop charges on him.
I doubt they're going to drop charges on him.
Wow.
I mean, depending on how this lady is. I mean, I promise you, I'll come back here and I'll tell you.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I'm gonna, as soon as we're done in here and we walk you back, I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna start calling, and as soon as I know, I'm gonna go straight back here and I'll tell you face to face what's going
Appreciate
on.
it.
So I'll let you know. But I wouldn't say, I mean, us, our agency, we would make sure you came there and faced it.
Cool.
I mean, we're gonna hit you with this stuff here, which you ran from the police, right? You ran from us and speed's probably well over 100 miles an hour. So we're going to charge you with that here. You know that.
I got 2 3s and 2 4s.
Yep, 2 felony 3, 2 felony 4s, and
So what's 3 carry?
You got a lengthy criminal record, so.
I mean, the laws have changed since I did.
Right.
I mean, but when I got time here, I got like 5 to 25.
Oh my, it's nothing like that. There ain't room in jail. You've been there. There's no room.
So what's it now? It's flat time?
It just depends on what the judge up here. I mean, everything's different, but it could be. It just depends on the judge. It depends on what you get. You're wanted all up and down the world. It looks like here, and I'd never heard of you until today. Matter of fact, I didn't know your name till right before we walked in here, because I wasn't sure it was you. Because when they called me this morning, I started searching for people that escaped from Florida, and I see a black guy and a white guy. I'm like, I wonder if that's my white guy, because was it a black guy, you and him?
Yeah.
So I wasn't even sure if that was you or not.
Do you know that they caught the other guy?
They did catch him.
You beat him.
I did?
You beat him.
You won.
You made it the longest.
You think they'll put you back in the same cell?
Well, when they catch him, I doubt it.
Like right after, I think. Like only a couple days. You didn't listen to no news
No.
or nothing?
No.
What did you listen to on the radio?
Oh, driving?
Hmm?
I was playing around on that satellite radio because I ain't never experienced anything like that before.
Let me guess. You went to, what was you listening to on satellite?
I was listening to everything. I mean, they had like a Playboy thing.
I knew it. I knew it
They had
right where
like-
you went.
They had like an all Elvis channel and all
You
I
probably,
bet you're a big
Bruce
Elvis fan, aren't you?
Bruce Springsteen station.
Born in the USA.
Man.
you probably went to like an all 80s station. That's the last music you probably heard. That's
You got TVs and stuff when you've been locked up, don't you? I mean, right? You see what's going on. I always kind of thought the people who's locked up had more technology than what I do. That's not true, I guess.
I mean, not with satellite radio. We don't have that.
Right? I don't have that neither. It's expensive. All your tattoos from being in jail, or did you get any while you was out, or
No, they're all jailhouse tattoos.
you got a lot on your arms? You got any more anywhere else, or
Bad.
anything else you can think of from along the way that we didn't cover or that's happened?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. When you were coming up here, did you pass our deputy? Was he on the side of the road running, or did you ever see him before the lights were on, or what?
The only time I've seen him is when he was
And then what'd you do as soon as you saw the lights? What'd you do?
I said, oh shit.
And then what after that?
I think I pulled over
Really?
to give him a thought that I was pulling over, and then I shot across the median.
Oh, the old slingshot move.
Did you check for any traffic, or did you just go?
Uh,
I mean, did you make sure there was no cars going to hit you in the side?
oh yeah.
Like before you cut across, or did you check to see if any traffic was coming south? Or did you just,
I checked it. I didn't look for cars. I was looking for lights.
right.
So you know, running like that, you can kill somebody just as quick as you can with a gun or anything else when you're running from the police.
No, I was staying away from as far away from cars as I could on the highway.
Quite a bit of cars on the highway, though, even late at night.
Yeah, I mean, traffic's a lot thicker now than it used to be.
All right. Well, I think we've talked everything. Would it be all right if I come back here and talk to you? If these guys want me to ask anything once I call, and talk to them in Tennessee and stuff, it'd be all right if I come back here and talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the
But
tape.
if anytime Florida contacts y'all about extradition, I'm not signing no extradition back to Florida. They'll have to play hell getting me back down there.
Okay. Why is it the floor? Just because of the murder charge, or is it because of something else?
It's just the way that they're treating this whole thing. I mean,
you shot a guy.
yeah, true, but it's second-degree murder. First-degree murder is like, I mean, that's the worst crime you can get.
How many years would you get on the second degree?
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, a first-degree murder is like, it's like committing a murder and a crime. They're taking it and using my past going in there and making it the first degree murder. See what I'm saying?
So you would admit that you went there and you shot him and you killed him,
Yeah,
but you're just
I
saying...
told him that from the start. But I didn't go down there to shoot him. I mean, he...
When the detectives down there interviewed you, you talked to them and told them everything that happened?
Yeah. But they think because I went to prison in Texas for shooting at a cop car. I mean, I don't know, man.
I can't believe you didn't get wasted down there when you shot at the cop car.
They were so aggravated with me, man. I seen them beat the hell out of me standing. I don't know why they didn't beat me up, but they're really aggravated with me because they chased me for like 5.5 hours altogether.
Are you kidding me?
No, and in a car and on foot. But back then I was in my 20s, so I could give them a run for the money. But yeah, they had off-duty guards and prison units off. They had a helicopter. They had all the dogs.
They didn't whip the shit out of you when they caught you?
No, they just talk shit. But
That says a lot, though.
The only reason they didn't is because they had so many, all the media, Channel 26, 9, all them major, they was all right there on top of it, so they couldn't really do much. Not there, anyway. But another thing that probably saved me was that it wasn't the cops that arrested me. It was off-duty guards that I just walked up on.
And turn yourself in?
No, I mean, I walked up on who they were. I was at this ranch house, it was a big ranch, and had this, like, you ever watched Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
That big, long drive. That's how his house was. I'm up there knocking on the door, I see this Jeep Cherokee sitting on the side of the house, and I'm thinking, well, this is not right out of here. So I'm knocking on the door, waiting for these people to come to the door, and I hear gravel crunch. So I turn around, and here's this vehicle come down this big, long driveway, so I could smoke a cigarette till it got to me. So, but I'm standing there waiting on it, and it was 2 cars. If I knew that,
You ran. You stood and waited.
But they stopped from about to that door up to me, and both their doors opened at the same time, and they just stood out. There wasn't anything I could do. But threw my hands up.
Alright.
Yeah, they should have beat me up. Shooting a cop.
Yep.
But the cop got on stand and he told the truth.
That's why we do what we do, is because we try and gather the facts and we tell the truth just how it is. That's what our job is. And you know what? Once we lose that, we're done. And that's why nobody will ever risk it. So it sounds like you've been treated fair pretty much along the way. I mean,
yeah, but you're all more professional up here.
Oh, really?
You know, compared to Florida and the southern states.
I've been to Florida since I was like 10 years old. Love to go back.
You gotta have everything expensive down here.
It is. It's because it's nice down there. There's orange trees in your backyard. Alright, before we shut this off and walk back here, anything else you can think of from along the way or anything you want to tell me about?
No, I'm not offhand. Okay. There is a way I can get my glasses off?
He was looking for them. I don't know if he found them or not.
Let's shut this recorder off. It's now 10:06 a.m.